welcome to this fresh episode of HR Voices. Through this podcast, we gather opinions and insights from national and international HR leaders and leading HR solution providers. Our guest today is from DHL Express. DHL Express is the global leader in international express shipping and operates in more than 220 countries and territories. DHL Express is also one of the largest express service providers in India. Our guest today is Mr. Sunjoy Dhaawan. Mr. Dhaawan is the Vice President of HR for DHL Express India business. With over 25 years of experience across a broad spectrum of HR and organization development practices in both Indian and MNC companies, he has played a key role in making HR a true strategic business partner. He has been senior HR leadership teams in Colgate Palmolive, Johnson Controls, Reliance Retail, and Otis Elevators before joining DHL Express India. Welcome on our show, Sunjoy.
Thank you. Thank you, Bilquis. Happy to be here. Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Very well. Very well. Thank you
We
very
have
much.
many questions for you today. Let us start with technology. There is a talk about technology at every possible forum. How do you feel that technology has changed the overall management and processes, especially the HR processes in large organizations, especially in a global logistics company like DHL?
Yeah, so that's a very relevant question. Thank you, Bilquis. I think DHL being a global company, technology is well integrated, and in fact, it's a part and parcel of making us more efficient. And therefore, we are leveraging technology to the best of our advantage. And we have some excellent tools which actually help us to be more efficient. For example, in recruitment, we use cutting edge technology solutions in the way we hire people or the way we scan resumes, etc. Then as far as performance management of a large workforce is concerned, we have a tool called My Talent World, which is again used for performance management as well as for their learning and development. And in order to make learning personalized, we have another tool called Career Marketplace, which is again very, very popular now for people because they want to know how their career is progressing and, from a particular point in time in their career, how they can shape their career in different disciplines, in different functions. So therefore, like a true marketplace, it opens up opportunities for people, and people can then apply. They can look at different vacancies. In our internal tools, we have an internal job watch, and all global postings of every job is done in that internal job watch. And that makes life exciting for people to apply. Sitting here in India, they can go to Singapore, Malaysia, they can go to Europe, they can go to UK, they can go to any place in US. So therefore, people, that's a true advantage of being a multinational. And all that is possible only with the leverage of technology and the tools of technology that we are able to move our workforce and workforce solutions effectively.
Absolutely right. There has been a massive shift, in fact, in the adoption and adaptation to technologies, especially after COVID. And COVID has also given a new word which has come into the lives of all the corporate, professionals, which is remote and hybrid working. So what are your views when we talk about the challenges that the large companies face and also the opportunities? When we talk about challenges, we also talk about opportunities in managing a very large workforce, especially in a logistics company. How do you manage it?
Yeah, so we have quite a few challenges and we have quite a few opportunities. And if you ask me, the top challenges that we have is that we are a diverse workforce, and therefore retaining and engaging that diverse workforce is a big challenge. And therefore, that's challenge number one: employee engagement and retention. And challenge number two is that how do we enable such a large workforce to be more tech friendly, to be able to have technology adoption in a faster and smarter and efficient way, keeping in mind the upgradation required for such a large workforce is quite a massive challenge. So these are few challenges that come to my mind, but it also, I think the opportunity list is far bigger, because what I feel is that if we are able to leverage our workforce diversity in a efficient manner to our advantage, then that workforce diversity is our big strength also, you know.
That's right.
And because we have our culture, which is, the backbone of success for DHL, uh, primarily resting on the principle of respect and results. And I think I can explain that a little bit because that's our DNA. We say that respect comes before results. Being a multinational, being a private, large corporate house, results are important for us to be successful, but it should not get, it should not come at the compromise of respect. And that's a very, very important ingredient of our culture. And therefore, we say respect comes before results in DHL. And that's like a core for us. And but increasingly, as we see the environment all around us, which is quite a VUCA environment, with the changes happening every night, not every fortnight, not every month. Earlier, changes used to happen every month or on a quarterly basis, and therefore you had forecasts once in a quarter by management. But today, managements are actually hesitant in giving even quarterly forecasts, you know,
That's true.
because the world has become so dynamic. So it's very unpredictable for anyone to say how they are going to do at the end of the year, and how the next quarter will be is become a huge challenge. And if anybody can do that to the T, I think they deserve full kudos. So therefore, these are some challenges that we have. And but the opportunity, coming back to the opportunity, I think the opportunity for us is huge because logistics has a global play, and the world is going to need uh, moving things across, you know, from one part of the world to another, from one city to another, because not everything can happen in the same city. What gets manufactured in one city gets transported and sent across to multiple cities, not only in the same country but also worldwide. And therefore, logistics is going to remain relevant. Logistics is going to be the key, and logistics is going to be the key differentiator any country to be a successful nation. But it is the embedding of the technology in the way organizations are going to efficiently manage their workforce is going to be a key aspect. And therefore, we have quite a bit of a focus on that. In fact, DHL is known to be tech enabled in every step of the way, every transaction, right from the time your shipment gets picked up to the time it gets eventually delivered, the last mile delivery. The customer can track the progress at any stage, not only online, but also they get SMSs, they get emails, so that there is, one is transparency, one is secondly, it kills anxiety in the minds of the customer. And therefore, that's a huge leverage being tech enabled. And these are few things that we feel are huge opportunities which we are leveraging to our advantage as far as the logistics workforce or the logistics industry is concerned.
Fantastic. There's a wonderful phrase that you used here: respect comes before result. And I'm sure
Yes,
it's not just a phrase, it's a principle on which you work in DHL.
indeed,
Going on
indeed.
those lines ahead, I want to understand what are the inclusion initiatives and diversity programs that you have at DHL, and how does big companies maintain efficiencies while having a robust DI policies also?
So inclusion is actually is quite well embedded in our business enablement, because DEIB is we are following, a global approach as far as DEIB is concerned. So we have a global DEIB framework, and there is enough amount of thinking global, but acting local as far as DEIB is concerned across the DHL world. And therefore, each country has separate focus areas where they can work upon, because the challenges, for example, in India might be very, very different from the challenges that my US counterpart might be facing, you know.
Absolutely.
And therefore, thinking global while acting local is very, very important. And therefore, we have, as far as India is concerned, we have a DEIB council that actually helps to drive accountability and alignment across different functions, different locations, so that we are able to be a more inclusive organization. We are one hot topic for us is how do we drive more diversity, for example, in operations, for
Absolutely. Yeah.
us. And therefore,
Yeah, because we have seen that it's predominantly, males are recruited more in logistics work. So how do you manage it?
yeah, so I mean, getting more women in operations is a hot topic, and it continues to be a challenge still, though we are getting better at it, and which is where I think the DEIB Council needs to be complemented, because they have been able to, able to get us a good traction. So therefore, we've worked on aspects like, workplace safety, creating the right kind of, also looking at the mindsets and addressing biases in the minds of people, especially
Yeah.
hiring managers, making our policies more gender neutral. We have introduced practices, for example, that for every position we will have at least a mandate to get 30% CVs to be interviewed, you know, if not if not more, at least. So for every let's say 10 candidates that I put up in for every position in front of the panel, it is mandatory that I bring in at least 3 out of those 10 as women candidates. So these are a few things that we are working on. And apart from that, gender neutral interviews, where we make it mandatory that when you have a panel, let's say of 2 or 3 people, it is mandatory to have one female panelist, so that you have gender neutral interviews. And it also helps to foster fair assessments, actually. So therefore, that's helping us in that manner as well. Then when we get new female hires, it is important that we handhold them properly. And therefore, we have buddy programs, which we have put in place. And these buddy programs actually help to settle the new female hires, get them integrated into the organization, get them inducted into the organization in a far efficient and smarter manner. So therefore, some of these things are actually much needed, apart from doing work on addressing any smaller challenges. Like, for example, we give our women flexible shift arrangements. We don't put them in the night shift, as an example, you know, keeping in mind their security and safety. So therefore, these are few things that consciously, if people adopt in the logistics industry, I'm sure it is going to get a better traction, because we are seeing a better traction on this by adopting some of these practices in the past 2 to 3 years. And I'm very confident that in the next 5 years, our workforce diversity is going to change for the better.
Fantastic. Great. I really like you spoke about the buddy program and flexibility at work. But
Yeah.
I still feel that handling logistics work can be really stressful at times. How important is employee well-being and mental health for you? And what are the practical steps that DHL Express has taken to ensure that employees have a fair balance between their personal and professional lives?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question, actually, Bilquis, because in trying to drive efficiency, in
Yeah.
trying to drive productivity, and in trying to get your resources to be better managed. At times there is a tendency to compromise on work-life balance. There is a tendency to get compromised on how fit you are, both mentally as well as physically, you know, and therefore, these are important challenges. And I'm glad that you asked this question. And this is a big strength for DHL, you know. So even much before COVID, in fact, post-COVID, it's become many organizations have started to focus a lot on employee health and well-being, because they saw during COVID times that how important it was, this topic. But I can tell you that since 2014, we have a brand called We Care,
Yeah.
at DHL. And India, in the DHL world, has been pretty well placed in handling or giving the comfort to our employees. We have programs which enable all our employees to go through an annual health checkup, and this comes completely free of cost for all employees. So this is a program called Swarogya, and as the name says, Swarogya means health for all. And this is a health checkup program which is completely sponsored by DHL for all its employees. Uh, we have a program called Fit to Lead Ambassadors, and this Fit to Lead Ambassadors are essentially, in this program, we try to identify those people who can be ambassadors, who can be inspiration for others to share their wellness stories, to share their success story of fitness and well-being into their daily life. And these Fit to Lead ambassadors, through them, we do programs, we do fitness bites for our people, we do wellness talk shows for our people, so that others can gain from their experience. And but other than that, there is a lot of focus on We Care webinars. We have webinars which focus on a spectrum of topics like stress management, financial wellness, yoga, healthy eating, even meditation. Recently, we had invited the famous yoga practitioner. You must have heard of Saurabh Bothra. So he was
Yeah.
invited, and he did a talk for the entire DHL, promoting holistic living. So therefore, a lot of focus we have. Apart from that, we have crash facilities in all our main cities. We have a program called We Support, which is essentially on providing free counseling service, especially to those who are in the need of emotional and mental health wellness space. And therefore, this We Support program, and not only just the employees, we have in fact opened up this facility of mental health well-being for even family members of our employees.
Yes. That's
So,
very important.
so any of the family members of our DHL employees, if they feel they are going through some kind of a stress, and this stress can come from anywhere. It need not
Yeah.
come from workplace. It can come from their personal situations. Children face a lot of stress during exam times, and so therefore they can take this helpline support, and there are counselors who will guide them, coach them, counsel them. They will even direct them to the right places. All that is the support which is available. And all these are things which go a long way. Apart from that, we have different types of insurance programs. Under We Care, these insurance programs are not only on providing good medical facilities and good medical coverage, but also group term life insurance, personal accident insurance. So we have something called as a 360 cover for employees. This 360 cover is cover for health, cover for life, cover for your accident, and cover for all your family members. So therefore, 360 life cover is what we provide. And so these are a few things that DHL does in a very, very unique way. And that makes DHL as the #1 brand in India on health and wellness. In fact, we have been recognized by Great Places to Work for the last many years as being amongst the top 10 in India on health and well-being. So it's a very, very important focus area for us, because as they say, that only a healthy employee
Yeah.
can engage and retain customers better, or it can give you good sales. Otherwise, if you have unhealthy people, you are not taking care of them, then somewhere it shows up on their performance in the long run.
That's really good to know. I really like the concept of fit to lead.
Yeah.
Leaders have a very important role in motivating and growing the culture within the organization for certain specific areas which the company focuses on. uh, I again want to come back to the concept of leading, you know for technology specifically. uh, what has been the role of management and leaders in DHL over a period of time in transforming the organization and the workforce when it comes to the adaptation of technologies? And I also want to know about the upskilling and continuous learning when we speak about technologies. What are the initiatives in that direction?
Yeah, so I think the leadership has to evolve also continuously,
Yeah.
and the leadership has evolved at DHL, and we moved away from just monitoring efficiency to driving efficiency, and technology therefore plays a key role in driving efficiency. Also, there is a mindset that has to be changed. The mindset has to be more of collaboration, and we have one very, very unique initiative called Digi Council. And this Digi Council initiative essentially is a group of people from within the organization which are coming from different functions. And in each of the functions, the spokes have been identified, and they are leading what digitalization IT should be doing. So in most organizations, when it comes to digitalization, it is left to the IT department, to drive those digitalization initiatives, but not so. In our case, we have a Digi Council. This Digi Council uh, has campfires, and through these campfires, they are able to cull out good business ideas, which can help to drive uh, change, which can help to cut down cost, which can help, to do things faster, smarter, efficient. And therefore, this has given us a great amount of uh, results, because we have been able to come out with some cutting edge solutions, especially in the way we track our shipments, the way we clear our shipments with customers, the way we open our accounts. Earlier, it used to take a couple of days to open a new account. Now it just happens in half an hour or so. So therefore, these are things that has really helped transform thinking, collaboration, mindset changes, and I think leadership facilitates, leads, and also leads from the front, you know. And we have specific programs which are led by the leadership team. I myself have been a coach and a leader who have been training senior managers in a program called Coaching for Success. And we have a certified international manager program. We have supervisory excellence academies, which we run for our people. These are programs that has helped us to be able to remain at the cutting edge of leadership thinking ourselves, and we are able to then translate the similar learnings across to our managers as well. You know, there is a specific program called Shift Up a Gear. SWAG, we call it Shift Up a Gear, and this program is essentially meant to empower women leaders, with by giving them 360-degree feedback. We have tailored learning programs for them so that they can grow up and take senior positions in the organization. That's where we call Shift Up a Gear. So therefore, these are few things to talk about. Uh, I can go on and on, but I think some of these are initiatives which help to make DHL a great place to work, is able to engage and keep the mind and hearts of our people together. The top 10 for the last many years in the great place to work in India as well as globally. And all this is possible only when you have 100% engagement of both mind and heart of our employees. So a lot
Absolutely.
goes in engaging
Yeah.
them in a 360-degree manner.
That's really good to know. There has been a lot of talk about AI and machine learning and automation. So, my one last question from you is that what is the future you foresee in the logistics industry in the next 5 years when it comes to the increased use of AI and machine learning and automation? And this specifically in the HR landscape.
Yeah, no, so I think the logistics industry, I would say, is seeing a huge amount of digital transformation currently, and I think it will continue to evolve, is my sense. And the way I see already is that we already have an internally built AI engine. It's called Gaia, and we have enabled that for all our employees. And this is making our internal employees more efficient, more smarter in using uh, the 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 tools of AI. And uh, over the next few years, I see that evolving more and more, and people will therefore become more efficient. And this will help us in driving the overall operational efficiency across the organization. But if I have to talk about HR, for example, I think AI is already, we are using and leveraging a lot of AI in hiring. For example, things like resume screening. We do through AI predictive analysis for assessing candidates' fitment, and these are few things that we are already currently leveraging. We have chatbots in some of the markets that we are leveraging, and apart from that, I think the uh, uh, feedback tools where we use technology quite a lot are key enablers in driving performance management across the organization. So I see some of these things evolving even more, becoming more efficient, getting more embedded in the day-to-day working of every individual is the need of the hour. And I think we are spending a lot of time and energy currently also in upgrading the skills of our middle managers, our supervisors, so that they can use these tools. The tools have been developed, as I mentioned, internal smart AI tool called Gaia. But we are currently showing our supervisors and managers how to leverage it more and more,
Yeah.
because many of them are still um, using their old methods, and slowly we are teaching them, training them, hand holding them in becoming more efficient by using some of these modern AI and ML tools. I see the acceleration of embedment of some of these tools even more as we go along is how I predict the future, but I'm not someone who believes in predicting the future because I know for sure that that prediction is not going to come true, you know. So therefore, I don't want to risk doing any prediction on this. But I think the only thing that I see is that I see more and more of these tools getting embedded in the day-to-day working, and organizations will use them far, far more than what we are currently doing.
Fantastic. What I believe is that future is bright and there are
Yes,
good times to come. Thank you
indeed.
so much, Mr. Dhawan, for your time today. Lovely insights from you. I'm sure our viewers are going to benefit a lot out of these. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Bilquis. It was a pleasure chatting
Thank
with
you.
you. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great day.